Why have you not taken suspects to court?
On June 12, 2025, Nairobi's Central Police Station became the epicenter of a chilling case that has rocked Kenya. Police Constable James Mukhwana was arrested for brutal murder of 31-year-old teacher Albert Ojwang. But as the nation grapples with the horrific details, many are calling it a cover-up, demanding the truth behind who really gave the order.
Somebody called somebody to come and actually he was asked whether he could delete a particular section. He said he can't, he has to delete all of it, and he did that.
Albert Ojwang, a 31-year-old teacher from Homa Bay County, was arrested by DCI officers over a controversial social media post. The exact content of the post remains undisclosed, but it was deemed serious enough to warrant his immediate detention. Handcuffed and taken from his home, Ojwang was transferred over 300 kilometers to Nairobi's Central Police Station for further interrogation. Little did anyone know this will be the beginning of a tragic sequence of events.
What are the new developments?
Upon arriving at Central Police Station, Ojwang was placed in custody. Details of what happened in those critical hours remain scarce, but what we do know is chilling. Within hours of his arrival, Ojwang's life will come to an horrific end, leaving a trail of questions that have ignited outrage across the nation.
The person who had actually lodged the initial complaint on behavior of Albert to still be sitting as part of a team that is investigating the death of Albert.
We want to know the officers to whom Albert Ojwang was handed over for what we've been told was interrogation at the DCI in Mazingira, and the nature of interrogation they engaged in. This far we have reached has taken too long.
At 2 a.m., Albert Ojwang was rushed to Mbagathi Hospital. According to the medical officer on duty, he was already unresponsive when he arrived. The hospital report paints a grim picture. Ojwang's face was swollen, his body and limbs covered in multiple bruises. Blood was oozing from his mouth, eyes, and a deep cut on the back of his head in the parieto-occipital region. His entire body was cold to the touch. The teacher was pronounced dead on arrival, leaving behind a devastated family and a nation in shock.
We do not know if he was tortured on the way before he got to the police station, because no one was able to see him until the father was informed about his untimely death. We want to see all those officers indicted. We want to know all the places he was taken to, so that we are sure that all evidence is properly collected.
On June 12, 2025, Police Constable James Mukhwana of Central Police Station was apprehended by officers from the Internal Affairs Unit and the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. According to a police report, Mukhwana is said to be charged with murder under Section 203 and 204 of Kenya's Penal Code.
There are also two civilians who are involved in a different way that we need to also investigate. I cannot give that in the particulars here.
He is currently detained at the Capitol Hill Police Station, awaiting his day in court. But for many Kenyans, this arrest raises more questions than answers.
The investigators said that they would have preferred to take all statements from all the policemen involved before they can now confront him, and him being the final person who made the complaint.
Across Kenya, outrage is growing. Many are not buying the official narrative, claiming Mukhwana's arrest is a move to cover up the truth. On social media platforms and in the streets, Kenyans are demanding the arrest of the person who gave the order for Ojwang's treatment in custody.
So, kitu ya kwanza, polisi wamego against constitution. Article 49 inatupatia right of arrested person. Hizo zote wamezifunja, hawajafikisha comrade kotini. Alafu kitu ya pili, article 26 right to life bado wameibreak. Hakuna venye comrade anaweza kufia kwa cell and then tukuje tuambie atalijipigisha ukuta. You see, we want justice for Ojwang. We want DIG we want DIG to resign immediately and to face prosecution.
Question swirl: was Mukhwana acting alone? Who else was involved in the events leading to Ojwang's death? The public's distrust in the system is palpable, with the calls for transparency and accountability echoing nationwide. As the investigation continues, all eyes are on the Internal Affairs Unit and IPOA. Will Mukhwana's arrest lead to justice for Albert Ojwang, or is this just the beginning of a deeper probe? The nation waits for answers, hoping that the truth behind this tragedy will come to light. One thing is clear: Kenyans will not rest until those responsible are held accountable.
If the DIG is going to be mentioned, then definitely we will write the statements, and I believe it's on that basis that now he can be able to step aside to allow for that completion of that investigation.
The allegation of the deceased, Albert, banging his head on the wall came from Central Police Station, and he is the officer commanding Central Police Station. Why would an officer coin such a narrative?
The death of Albert Ojwang has shaken Kenya, but it has also united a nation in the pursuit for justice. On Thursday, Nairobi's Central Business District (CBD) was engulfed in chaos as hundreds of youth and activists protested the death of Albert Ojwang. The demonstrations, initially peaceful, turned violent, with the two vehicles set ablaze and police deploying tear gas and reportedly live bullets to disperse crowds. The protests centered around Harambee Avenue, Moi Avenue and Jivanji Gardens saw demonstrators chanting justice for Ojwang and demanding the resignation of DIG Lagat and accountability from President William Ruto's administration. The unrest coincided with the presentation of the 2025-2026 budget by the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi in Parliament, amplifying tensions as protesters attempted to breach security perimeters. Adding to the public outrage, the IPOA chairperson Isaac Hassan revealed during a grilling before the National Assembly's Committee on Security that 20 people have died in police custody across Kenya in the past 4 months in locations including Nakuru, Malindi, Kisumu, Machakos, Kiambu, Nyeri and Nairobi. IPOA emphasized it is conducting individual investigations into each case, including Ojwang's. The authority named 5 officers involved in Ojwang's arrest and transfer who have been interdicted pending the investigation's outcome. Human rights groups, including the Law Society of Kenya and Amnesty International's Kenya branch, have condemned Ojwang's death as a potential attempt to silence digital dissent. Newsroom, Maisha TV. Reader carrying Chebet.